Hey there, everyone. It's Monday, February 15th. However, it will soon be Tuesday, February 16th. So we're going to talk about both days, and we're talking about college basketball games. How'd it go today? It's a pretty darn good day. Pretty darn good day. Actually, a really good day. So we went 7-1, picking wins and losses. Went 6-2 on the spread, and look what we lost on the spread here. Did Washington State lose to Washington? Gee, is that because maybe they were at 70% health and had a bunch of injuries? Shocking. Yeah, I didn't lose a college basketball bet today. I won everything. I had Presbyterian, I had Chattanooga. I think that's the only two I bet, but I definitely crushed it today, and so did the algorithm. Oh, by the way, how did our scoring do? How were our projected scores? Oh, they were pretty great. Look at this. 82-65 ends up being 83-72. 76-59. This is the Washington State game where Washington State lost, so they didn't put up as much and they gave up more than they should. That's what that shows. Look at this. 84 instead of 80. It ends up being 89, 69, 79. 79, like just pretty darn close to actually a little bit low. I'm thinking about inflating a number to, you know how I would inflate this? Watch this. Watch this. Let's make this 30 instead of 28 and let's refresh. Watch what happens to these scores. The projected scores are gonna go up a little bit, I think. Well, a couple of them did. Mm-hmm. Yep, that gets that even closer. That gets that a little bit closer. Anyway, so I'm pretty darn happy with a lot of what happened here. Oh yeah, this was the this game I talked about. Florida State does beat Virginia, even though they were only at 80% health. One of their guys played. I looked that up. So that's one of the reasons why they weren't actually operating as low as I thought they would be. You can see that of Florida State's injuries, Balsa Koprivica, he actually played, so he wasn't out. So that changes that a little bit. Maybe one of the reasons why they ended up holding off Virginia. So, all right, awesome stuff. We're 2.5 minutes in. Let's talk about tomorrow or today, depending on when you're watching this. Let's talk about Tuesday and see if we can. Now, not all the games are in here yet. If you want everything that talks about, all the current games and all the current lines and all the current stats, subscribe and you get the email newsletter every day. It's only $20 for the rest of February. It's a good deal. So let's talk about what's in the schedule. We have 17 games in here right now, but I think there are more that will be added tomorrow. Now, spread cover number. Somebody was asking me about what does the spread cover mean? What are the margins mean? What are all these different columns mean? Let's focus on the spread cover in today's assessment of what's going on. The spread cover, which now means a little more than it used to. And the reason why is what the spread cover is, and the spread cover is looking at the projected score of the team of reference here, Akron, versus the projected score of Northern Illinois. Shows there's a 40-point difference here, but the spread is only 16 and a half. So there's spread cover, meaning this minus plus this or minus this, like the absolute value of this if it's a negative number. So it's 89, 40 minus 16 and a half leaves 23. And so we're saying that we think that Akron is going to cover the spread by 23 points. Now, anytime there are these games with big spreads like 10, more than 10 points, it's always sketchy. You never know if a team's going to try to hustle and win by 25 or if they're just going to win the game. So these are difficult. We'll look at the history of how this has worked out. But when there are lower points amounts down here, it can be a little bit more reliable looking at the score and looking at what's going on. So which teams look good today? Just preliminarily before the final odds and everything are in tomorrow. And I'm doing this late at night on Monday night. Well, I mean, we have our underdogs. I always like to look at the underdogs first. Xavier away over St. John's is plus 125. Ball State is home against Bowling Green State, um, but the margin is almost dead even. So not great picking of the underdogs. How about, is anybody hurting health-wise? Connecticut hurting against Providence. This could be an issue where you look at taking Providence potentially. Um, what else do we have here? It looks like Rhode Island against Dayton. Dayton is severely hurting at 74%. Makes you want to take Rhode Island. That's a really strong pick if Dayton is really hurting. Look at this. Florida hurting against Arkansas, Temple hurting against Tulsa. These are good lines when these teams are hurting and they're already not favored to win. We have the other team. This is a pretty reasonable line here. What else we got? It's weird how this is working out. Merrimack, different point projections here. Doesn't think they're going to cover the spread though. Does this work right? 75-75. It would say that Ball State plus 2.5, not Bowling Green State, right? All right. Well, we'll learn more as the day happens tomorrow, but this is a nice little advanced look, and I certainly think that if these injury reports when they get updated are still like this, I like Tulsa probably covering the 3.5, Arkansas to win, Rhode Island to win. Those three look pretty solid here. Purdue, Michigan State was hurting as of yesterday, but Purdue's at minus 240, so that's not that great. Anything the other way around that's scary. Like Loyola's hurting against Santa Clara, and Santa Clara is at home. This makes me want to take Santa Clara here as an underdog. A couple things in there pointing at that, and Xavier's hurting against St. John's a little bit, so this is even another reason not to take this underdog pick and think about taking St. John's at home, really. So there's a lot to read into from the file. We'll see as things get updated, how valuable it is when you have updated information. So good luck, everybody. May all your picks be doing the best the best that they can do, which is usually win.